Here you can see all of the samples that I collected from the pond in the Sierra. When we look really closely at the containers, we can see there are a lot of small things swimming around. I'm going to try to get some of them out onto slides so that we can get a better look and identify them. Perhaps some of them are unicellular animals or plants. Let's check it out. I set up a microscope attached to the computer so that the computer screen could act like a magnifier for us. You can tell that I also have slides set up, and I put marked pieces of paper down so we can guess how big things are. This is what it looks like. This is the first sample I took out of one of the containers. You can see that there's a lot of different kinds of stuff in there. It's kind of hard to tell what it is, so I decided to separate out a little bit. And amazing, what did we find but a unicellular alga called Clostridium. It's a very special kind. It's so amazing. Now let's take another look at the slide. You can see those green kind of hair-like structures. That's not a single-celled alga, but it is a green alga. It looks like it may be Edagonium. Now let's take a quick look at that round green circle. I think it might be Ficus. We know that Ficus is a one-celled alga. Wow, is that gorgeous? Ooh, look at this absolutely gorgeous nymph. This is fabulous. Let's see how long we think this nymph is. Okay, each of those little marks is a millimeter. So this nymph looks like it might be between 3 and 5 millimeters long. We're going to put it back because it's not a single-celled organism. All right, I'm focusing again on that sort of clearish looking creature in the more or less center of the screen. It's kind of hiding from me now. Maybe it'll make us stretch out and grab some of those smaller animals that seem to be swimming around. And I'm pretty sure it's an animal because it doesn't have any color in it. I think that was one of the things that we definitely learned, that when things have color, they're probably plants, or they have plants inside of them. But when they're clear, they're probably animals. All right, we can see some more little unicellular animals swimming right around in the center of the screen. I'm trying to get them on so we can actually tell what they are. I'm going to stop it for a second and see if I can capture their vision. Oh yeah, can you look in the corner? See that brown line? That, here it is, up close. This is a diatom. It's brown instead of green. It's an alga. I think it's called Cynedra. Wow. Diatoms are so interesting. Not only are they brown instead of green, but they come in such interesting shapes. I decided that it was so hard to see the organisms against the white background that I'd put a black background down instead and take some of the animals out and put them under a slide. So now we're going to try to see if we can see them better. Look on the left-hand side of this slide. You can see those black lines. Remember, in between each of those is only 1 millimeter. Let's see if we can see how big those animals are. You can see how big a millimeter is. So this gives you a sense that those things that are flashing, that are swimming around in there, might only be 1/50th of a millimeter across. You can see them sparkling, and that's what it looks like. And I'll get closer in one of these other videos. All right, take a look. See all those things swimming? And see all the bouncing around that happens? Some of that's called Brownian movement because the particles are so small, but you can see a lot of the things swimming. Fascinating. Lots of amazing creatures swimming around in this pond sample. Oh, look at those gorgeous creatures swimming in. Amazing. I'm going to have to look them up. They're incredible. They look like swimming vacuum cleaners. Oh, wow. Yes, amazing. They are stentor. And yes, they are unicellular, even though they're so big. So we're going to have to continue our story once we look at the samples that have been waiting for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm going to do that in another movie, show you all the cool things we found.